and welcome to my crafty corner here on YouTube called aKnittersSoul. My name is Elo and I am coming to you from Oslo, Norway. As the name suggests, my main content is about knitting, but today I will share a little bit of a progress on my spinning journey, and also I will just very slightly mention my future plans with embroidery. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. It's always wonderful having you here spending time with me. And if you're new, I do hope you find something to your liking. And if you do, don't hesitate hitting that subscribe button, as you then will be notified whenever I release a new episode. So a little bit of admin as per usual. I will link all the patterns mentioned down below, and I also will be linking my social media handles down there. And also I do have a Ko-Fi account, so if you feel like supporting me a little bit, I highly appreciate it. But it's nothing that you have to do in order to be able to watch. This channel is for free. Right, let's get into it, right? What I'm wearing today is also something that I finished since last. It is my Colombian Dan by Audrey Borrego. Sorry, I got fibro in my nose. I'm probably butchering the name. I'm trying to say it as Google says you're supposed to say it, but I'm sorry to all the native French speakers if I am mispronouncing it. Anyhow, you're not here to judge me on my pronunciation, but you're here to see what I have knit, right? I absolutely love the finished product of this sweater. I must mention Audrey Borrego. She has released all of her patterns for free on Ravelry, so go and have a look at those patterns. There's so many beautiful patterns, and she writes really good patterns as well. And as I mentioned, I believe last time or time before, is that she actually has this pattern in color reverse. So if you have a lighter background and like a dark contrast color as I have, then you can follow one instruction, and then if you have the other way, then there's instructions for that as well. So yeah, she's got really good patterns. What I've knitted this out of is Lammullgarn. The base color is a light gray. It is the colorway number 12. This is a cool gray color, which is a good color for my complexion, and I have paired it with a special yarn from a fellow podcaster who's colored it, dyed it, Gunnir Kunnisengla Strikk. It's this beautiful orangey tonal color, which is not good color for me all the way up in my face because there's too much yellow in there, and I need cooler tones up to my face. Anyhow, love knitting with Lammullgarn. I love the finished product. It's super light, and well, I can't say that it's warm or not warm yet because I haven't really worn it. I have been savoring it for this episode, but yeah, I'm finished. I'm super happy with it. It is written for fingering weight. I think she's used a merino yarn, so a little bit of different base, so you get a little bit of different finish on it with like the way it falls and everything. But I absolutely love my choice of yarn. What's to say about this? It is top-down pattern, so it's easily adjustable. There's quite long ribbing on the cuffs, but you know that you can decide yourself how you want to do it. I have finished with Italian bind off. I absolutely don't mind doing it. I find it to be quite therapeutic and meditative, so yeah, I never shy away from a Italian bind off or cast on. It is, I think, often when I hear people not wanting to do this, maybe that they haven't gotten into the rhythm of either or. But just, I want to encourage you, do it until it kind of clicks and you see the rhythm in it, and then it's really soothing and lovely, and yeah, can recommend highly. I personally love the finished look of Italian bind off and also cast on. So that is already a bonus, but like I said, I don't mind a sewn bind off. So it's a win-win. So yeah, super happy, and now that I've shown it to you, I'm gonna be wearing it. It's perfect timing for it because it's gloomy and cold-ish outside. So yeah, not really much more to say there, is it? Let's pull out my next finished object, and that is Kita-skärf. And this is my version of it. Woo! Which is super long. And why I'm saying it's super long, it's because the pattern in itself is written for is it 200 meters of yarn. It's Sandnes Garn has released a new yarn base. It's called Kashmir, I think, just Kashmir. I believe they are 25-gram balls, and I do believe it's 200 meters. Maybe if I'm saying it wrong, I will correct myself on the screen. Anyhow, so it's meant to be kind of like a Sophie scarf, quite small, and just something that goes around your neck, so it doesn't bulk up. And also so that you can actually get away with using just one ball of that yarn. It is on a pricey side, price end. Wow, words. As it is a cashmere base. So yeah, I will just briefly get it close to you. The light is semi-okay today. I am using a lamp because it is super gloomy outside. It's gray, it's foggy, and I have no natural light really coming in from the window. Not like anything to mention really. And oh yeah, the yarn. I don't have the label anymore, but it is a merino worsted by Zenitude. And I opted for using up as much as I could, and this is what I have left of it. This yarn has been in my stash for quite a few years. I bought it way back when because I wanted to try out Thrum mittens, and there was this kit. I believe this is a Canadian yarn shop that used to be. I'm not sure if they're still active, actually, to be quite honest. But as you can figure, those Thrum mittens never came to be. I started them. I did not enjoy the process. So yeah, this yarn has been lingering in my stash, and now I made use of it. Super happy with it. It is really nice and soft and lovely, and yeah, it's a nice pattern, easy to follow. If you are using the cashmere yarn from Sandnes Garn, then you have to be really cautious about your gauge, as it is important to get the gauge in order to be able to get this scarf out of one ball of yarn. But really you can use any kind of yarn. Yeah, the pattern is released, easy, repetitive. What else can I say? Yeah, as I said, I wanted to use up as much as I could, so I kind of figure out how much I used on one section, which is Yeah, just look at the pattern. You have this chart there that shows you the sections, and just do a little bit of weighing, figure out how much you use per section, and then you can easily elongate it to a point where you can actually use up all of the yarn, if that is your goal. That was my goal, and it worked out perfectly. Haven't decided yet if I keep it or if I put it in a gift basket. I quite like it. Might have to keep it. But I am more of a shawl person, so we'll see about it. So anyway, Kita scarf, absolutely love it. Can recommend it. And yeah, I must say it's as I was gifted the pattern by Gunnhild. So let that be said. My next finish, and I have a cheat sheet, that's why I'm looking down, is a hipster hat. There it is. Oh, I didn't realize I had. Oh no, I have sewn it in, but I haven't snipped it off because I was considering putting on a pom-pom. That's why it's there. So, super simple hat. I just had the pattern from a magazine and thought, okay, I could give it a go. Oh, it's by Petite Knit, if you don't know. And I went into my stash and I pulled out Drops Fabel in the colorway 100 and 121, which is like a, I believe it's off-white and sort of like this sort of oatmeal-y beigey color. And oh, you can't really tell, it's blowing out, but it gives a little bit of marling, not marling. Yeah, no, it does give a little bit of marling, but it's very subtle. It just looks like it has a little bit of depth in the yarn, which is kind of fun. Can't really tell because I'm working with the light I have today. I have nothing I can do about it. What's there to say about the pattern? Well, it's well written. It's Petite Knit. If you're looking for a simple hat, I can recommend it for sure. Yeah. The next finished objects that I have are snoods. Is it snood? Yeah. 100 stitch snood. I showed you a 100 stitch snood last time, and I showed that to my girls who were visiting, and they loved them, and they were like, oh, we'd love to have those. So I thought, like, okay, it's a perfect knit that I can work on while watching TV, while traveling, while away. So I have knit some more. Let me just sort them quickly, because I knit it out of one single ball of yarn. Let me see. Ta-da! So 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are all knit out of Dolce Cashmere by Hobby. This is the colorway 7, and it is a 200 grams ball to 770 meters, and it is 65% wool and 25% polyamide and 10% cashmere. I looked for this yarn online for some reason. I can't remember what it was. I think I was maybe considering another colorway, but I think maybe that Hobby has discontinued it, so I don't think it's readily available anymore. But yeah, it's a super easy, super repetitive pattern. I did I don't know if it's called a slip stitch knot. No, what's it called? Isn't it the slip stitch what you do when you start a slip knot? Oh, whatever. when you start crocheting, you make this slip stitch kind of like knot, and it's kind of like that kind of cast on, and it's really, really stretchy. You see, it's kind of like super stretchy. And then I have done a stretchy bind off. I wonder if it's the Jenny's Magical stretchy bind off. It is super soft, it's super lovely, and it's like nice and snug to my neck. I have not blocked it, I've just washed it and just put it on a blocking mat, and that's it. Because I'm thinking that since it is all in garter stitch and it rolls in the top and the bottom anyway, yeah, you can see my the line from the blocking mat, that doesn't really matter. So this one I will be keeping myself because this color suits me. And then these 3 are going to the girls who look actually really good or better in warmer tones, so they will be. This is a warmer tone and looks, it's not as gray, it has a yellow undertone to it. But yeah, it is also a free pattern by No Frills Knitting. So if you want one, if you need a rather quick Christmas gift or something you can take with you to knit nights or something, I could recommend this. Is this like finger 8-ish, and it takes about 50, it takes 50 grams. Most of these are just around 50 grams, maybe a gram over or under, but you just knit till you run out of the yarn pretty much. I think it actually states in the pattern that when you have only 4 meters left and bind off. So yeah, not super exciting, but super practical, and they're gonna be Christmas gifts, I think so, yeah. And then my next one, and my actually last finished object, is my Winter's Finery by Rosemary Hill. Oh, you can see glitter. This is a pattern that I have knit 2 versions of before. The first version was on a sort of a soft yellowy pinky kind of base, so you could really see the pattern well. And I also had attached those little tags that the pattern has. And then I made a version where I changed the stockinette stitch with garter stitch, and I changed the border of the scarf because of the shawl, because I love the shape of the shawl. And I have gifted away both of those too, so I thought it's time that I made one for myself. And I have made it out of actually a new purchase, which is Mille Colori by Long Yarns. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I mean, hello. It's the colorway 35, or like the full one is 859.0035, but it's colorway 35. It's this beautiful, it has like slight color changes in there. Yeah, you can see there. But they're really soft and really subtle, and it's glittering so beautifully on the screen. It's like, it's not even a question. Can you see glitter? I think it's so beautiful. And I still have the tag. I forgot to mention that. This is where I was last time. I had finished this much of the arm or the sleeve, and this is what I had left, and the full other one. But yeah, I love the shape of it. It's not too deep. It has good length. I can tuck the tails under. It has this beautiful lace. I probably have put up a picture so you have a better view of what it looks like, but it's a rather quick knit. I think I knit it in just over 2 days. Actually, I was trying to push it through so I could be finished on the first day, but no, not first, on the second day, but I was just too tired. I had to just like put it away because I just could not knit anymore. I was too sleepy. And this is also like 100 grams. And this ball of yarn is 100 grams, and I have about 16 grams left still. So if you have a skein that's special, I do think that I would recommend maybe calmer colors, or like, yeah, not too busy colors, because you do lose some of the pattern, but at the same time I just love the shape, so so it doesn't really matter. Oh my god, these glitters. Well, we are going into the Christmas season, so it's nice to, I think I called it on my Ravelry as autumn night, or no, night sky, because this is like the night sky. Oh my. Ooh, I'm quite sure you'll be able to see me coming down the road with that on. So yeah, I've been like rushing through all my finished objects because they're not so huge, they're not complicated. I have like repetitive things as with the snoot, so I guess it's not gonna be a very long not gonna be a very long episode today, but it's fine, it's okay. Let me talk about what I have on my needles. I'm gonna start with something you have seen before. That is my chestnut shawl by Elizabeth Keekernes. I forgot to put on a progress keeper on it, so I'm actually not quite sure how much I have knit since last, but I have made some progress on it. But this is also my like knit, my project that I take with me when I'm traveling, because it's quite easy to follow. And yeah, I am showing the back side of it. So this is the front. You have these beautiful little chestnuts on there, and the color is really blowing out. It looks a little bit like greenish yellow almost on the screen today, but it is this beautiful golden tonal, maybe there, color on it. It's absolutely beautiful and divine. This is definitely gonna be a gift, as it is not a color that suits me. It's not my color palette, but I love this color and I love knitting with it. And somebody's gonna be lucky having this as a gift, because the yarns are also beautiful. The yarns that I've used, if you haven't seen it before, are Shoppel 6 Carat Shadow, which is a 80% merino fine superwash and 20% silk. So a lovely, lovely soft yarn. And the colorway, in case you're wondering, I know I mentioned it before, but where did it state that? It's really not that important, is it now? Oh, maybe the name was the shadow. I can't remember. It is stated on my Ravelry page if you are interested in knowing. And I'm pairing it with Vilcolana Tilia. There, it's called Mustard. This beautiful goldeny color. And the fabric is amazing. I am knitting it on quite small needles on purpose because I do love the fabric that I'm getting with it, and also I'm thinking that I'll be able to block it just slightly because it is an asymmetrical shawl, so I'm thinking that, you know, at one end I will maybe block it a little bit harder than the other. But also I have kind of figured out how I can finally how I can wear more asymmetrical shawls, so I'm thinking that it's not gonna be a hindrance of any sorts for me in the future when it comes to choosing shawl designs. Yeah, but yeah, I still love chestnuts. I have plans of more chestnuts, but right now I'm kind of dabbing into all kind of other projects that have like come in from sidelines. And talking about getting my projects from the sidelines, this is definitely one of them. This was not on my bingo card whatsoever for this year. But when I saw it first, I was like, yeah, that's fine. No, I don't need to do that. I have so many plans. I have so much I have to get done. And also I was like, I already have 2 sweaters on my needles. And I don't know about you. Do you have any like rules or like unwritten rules of like how many projects you can have on your needles? Does it count that it's a sweater? Is it if it's a shawl, if it's socks, mittens, whatever it is? Does it like matter? Because for me, I can have like hats on needles, socks on needles, whatever, like all kind of things, like several of them. But having more than 2 sweaters, I suddenly felt like, oh. That's kind of partially why I pushed myself through this one and got it done, because I did want the end product, and I do love the process of it. But I was like, no, before I cast on a new one, this one has to be finished. Anyway, long story short. Oh, that was a long story. This is my Astrid. This is a new design by Sandnes Garn. I think it's 25, was it 10? No, 2505. Astrid damegenser. And I'm loving it. These 2 yarns here, I will tell you shortly what they are. They've been hanging on my yarn wall for quite some time, and I've been wanting to use them in a project for quite some time. But both of these colors are really nothing I can put up to my face, because it's, again, they're too yellow. Like oh my god, words. The tone of it, it's just too yellow. I need cooler colors, less yellow. You know, the drill by now. I'm sorry. So the yarns that I have here are these 2 yarns. I think here is approximately correct color. This one I don't have a tag for, because this is one of a kind. It's really something that was gifted to me because it had some mistakes on it. It's supposed to be, I think, this sort of goldeny kind of color, but it has some specks of red here and there, and some specks of green also I've seen. And they're not supposed to be there in order to be sold. So this is like one of a kind skein. This is sock yarn by Fortuna, Garnbutikken Fortuna. I think it's 75-20. No, probably not 75-25, because this has Stelina in it. Can you tell? Not really. It has a what's it called? Like a bronze color to it. Suddenly it looks really green, but it is yeah, more of a goldeny color. And this one is sock yarn by Garnfene. Oh, it's there. And the colorway is Alvedronningens kjole, the fairy queen's dress. And this is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% Stelina glitter. And this one has golden glitter in it. So I have 2 of the yarns with glitter in them. I seem to be on a kind of a glittery road again. Can I say that? I'm not obsessed with glitter, but seeing that I have at least 2 projects with a lot of glitter in them, maybe I am. The white yarn that I'm having or using is Fabel, Drops Fabel. It's colorway 100, just off-white. I had some in my stash before, but I needed ordering some extra in order for it to be enough. And I am pairing those colors with, I have 2 colors from Drops, Kid Silk. This is also off-white color 01, and this one is Misty Yellow. I believe it's a new colorway they have, and it is color 73. yeah, it looks pretty accurate there. It's sort of a grayish yellow without being like gray, but it's kind of like misty. It's kind of muted, kind of. Jesus. Sorry. And the last one, where is the well, it is Tynn Silk Mohair by Sandnes Garn. It is the Monk's Robe. I think also this one is a new colorway that they have released now recently. They have another one which I also have bought for a different project, which is called Cocoa Nibs, and it's beautiful deep rich color. Didn't know that either of these were new, but they just perfectly fit into what I was feeling like. And yeah, those 3 colors are the colors that I'm using in the sweater. Happy with it. As you can see, it is top down, which I am glad for. I'm just trying to think now. Let me take everything in correct order. You start off with just working back and forth, creating the higher neckline on the back, higher back, Jesus. And you knit down, and you're supposed to do the neckline all the way in the end. I find that the neckline is nice to have in place when you're starting to try on the sweater, because before the neckline was on, the opening for the neckline was quite big, so you wouldn't have gotten like a proper feeling of how deep the raglan is, how long, like how far down the neckline came. So I do tend to, once I've gotten to a certain point where I'm thinking like I would love to try it on, I do tend to knit on the collar. In this case, it is a double collar, as you can maybe see, kind of get a feeling of, and that you sew down. Really happy with that. Nice and stretchy, so it's not gonna be too tight around the head. But also, I must mention, my yarns, I believe, are ever so slightly thicker than the original, is it Tynn Merino that you have in the original pattern? And my stitch gauge is off. I knew that going into this, but I went down to the smallest size. And I was hoping that would be good enough, but it was not. I was getting way too much fabric in the raglan. So you can see my raglan goes like zoop, straight, well, like straight in diagonally there, and then it goes straight down, because I did knit up quite a bit. I divided and I was trying it on and was not liking it, so I ripped back again. And what I decided was that I was going to increase only on the sleeve, for the sleeve on this portion there. And also because my because my gauge is off, my row gauge is also off, so I have actually omitted, is it 2 rows from this section? It's supposed to be, yeah, it's a paid for pattern, so I have taken out 2 rows here, so it's a little bit narrower, just ever so slightly. And I'm gonna do that throughout the whole sweater. I'm gonna cut out those 2 rows in there. So yeah, what I've done is just really make sure that I have enough stitches on the sleeves and on the body so that it would be dividable by 6 as that is the pattern repeat. And yeah, it sits much better now. It's still oversized because you can, I mean, the smallest size has 105 centimeters in bust circumference, so it is already quite big. So if you consider making this, take that into consideration that it is quite an oversized pattern, and at least with my yarn choice and gauge and everything, I felt it just bulked up way too much fabric here, and that's why I ended up ripping it back. I feel like there was something else I wanted to mention, but I cannot think it. Oh yeah, by doing this, oh my god, omitting the increases here, I have actually cut out 46 stitches from the body, so you can just imagine how much more fabric there was. But again, it's not to the fault of the pattern, it's the fact that I had a higher gauge on, or like, yeah, I had 22 stitches by per 10 centimeters, and the pattern says 23 stitches by 10 centimeters. So there's quite a bit of a difference. I knew that going in there. And as I said before, I was hoping that just going to the smaller size would do the trick, but did not. I just want to hold it up because I think it's going to be so beautiful. And it is quite an addictive knit as well. You just want to knit another stripe and another stripe. So I do hope that's going to be finished by the next time. But you never know when something sneaks up from the sidelines. And yeah, I'm hoping that I can be good. But we are in the season of making Christmas gifts, so maybe. No, hopefully not. Anyway, my last knitting related project is a mystery. I have opted out of Stephen West mystery now, I think for 2 years, and I don't regret it, I must say. I've seen quite a few cool versions of the shawl that he had also this year. I personally am not a huge fan. It would have been mostly for the process of knitting it. I have come to realization that I like simpler shawls, and this is not by any means bad mouthing him. He has beautiful designs, and I do have one of his shawls as a dream knit that I want to knit, but there as well it's more of going from top and down, and it kind of flows in a beautiful rhythm. I need more of a flow than this sort of divided bits, and yeah, I can see there's a lot of cool techniques, and in that sense again it will be fun as just the process, but I see that I'm reaching more to its shawls in my cupboard that are more simple. So, but now to the mystery that I am knitting, and that is Joji Locatelli's One Love. It is Easy Mystery Shawl. She has released a knit along, which you need only 1 skein of fingering weight yarn for, or you could also make it in DKs, hence you will just get a bit bigger shawl. But I think it's that you need to have, I don't think it was full 400 meters that you needed. Anyhow, it's supposed to be small sections that you will be able to finish within the time frames that you get. And I have finished my first clue, so if you are knitting it, if you are following her, then this is your spoiler alert. I will be showing the first clue. Dun, 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 dun. Have you looked away? I'm trying to see. This is it. So there is a garter part, and then you have a little bit of lace kind of stitch happening here. Oh, I really am enjoying it thus far. It seems to be my cup of tea in the sense that I do love a little bit like organic flowy patterns, and so far it seems like it's gonna be that. So the next glue is gonna drop tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes next. The yarn that I'm using is skinny singles, not needles, skinny singles from Hedgehog Fibers The colorway is Sapphire. And yeah, 100 grams, 366 meters. I wonder if it's only 366 or something around that she actually called for. So not even a 400 meters. I don't know what that is in yards, I'm sorry. But yeah, I have to mention that I have modified the first section ever so slightly. I was looking at the spoiler thread on Ravelry, and I saw that most of them had a little bit of a hump, and I see a lot of designs have a little bit of hump in the beginning of the shawl. Like, it's hard to show now because it is turning the wrong way around, but when your shawl lays flat like that, then you get a hump in the middle here, just like a little bit of a heightening. And even though you can block out quite a bit of it, I do tend to see that I do notice that often you still have a little bit of hump there, and I'm not huge fan on that. So what I have done now is that she starts this shawl with a garter tab, and I have knitted a way longer garter tab, and I have picked up quite a few more stitches along that tab. I have made notes on my Ravelry, so if you have the pattern, then I guess it would make sense to you. But yeah, I have used the same start as she has, but I have just made a longer tab and picked up more stitches, and hence also I have less garter ridges there. I think I have cut out 8 ridges, so 16 rows of 16 knitted rows. But yeah, really liking the way it is looking so far. I think it's gonna be really pretty. Love the feeling of the yarn. I think I went down, she calls for 4.5 millimeters needles. I think I have gone down to 4. I didn't want it to be as loosey-goosey, because the Winter's Finery I've also knit on 4 millimeters, and I like that texture, so I've gone with that on this one as well. So yeah, that is my mystery knit, my Hochil Locatelli mystery knit. Check it out if you're interested. And that is it for the knitting. I mean, I do have 2 more semi-active projects, but I haven't knitted on them since I spoke to you last. It is my Florence sweater, which is the cabled pink. Yeah, let me show it to you. Just to remind you, I have it here as well. I really should divide it and do the thing, but it has kind of stopped because there's so many other fun projects that have come in between that I don't really need to think. I just knit, I just do. So this hasn't been getting so much love, but this will be getting love because I do love it. And just a quick reminder of the yarns. The yarns that I'm knitting together are these 3 colors. Ooh, there's a 3rd color there. Tynn Perkynt by Sandnes Garn. This is a Tynn Kid Silk Erle by House of Dale. Dale Yarn, yeah. And this is Kid Silk from Drops. And this, give me that. And yeah, I also have a scarf, but that I don't have readily available, so I will have to come back to that another time. So, as I mentioned earlier, I have been doing some progress with my spinning. So, a very short section on spinning. I'll just show you what I have spun so far. It's actually starting to be quite a good amount of yarn that I have spun up. I'm really enjoying the process, and whenever I have the space and time and whatever that you need in order to spin some, then I do. I have been preoccupied with knitting lately, I have been. But once in a while, when my brain is not working and I need something easy go-to, then this is my easy go-to now. Really enjoy this. This is Pulworth, just undyed. It's not as white as it's looking. It's more of a like off-white natural color. And my plan is still that I wanna work through those 500 grams of Pulworth before I start working on more special yarns. Just because right now I'm enjoying the fact that I don't have to think about my, I was gonna say color placement, but I don't have to think about how I take from my braid so that I would get the colors that I want, so that I would get maybe a tonal color or like yarn, or you know, if you know, you know. But I am enjoying it so much. And also since we already talking about spinning, I got to partake in a spin group day, or like, I'm actually not sure how you should call it in English, but first when I heard about it, I was like, no, I'm just so inexperienced. Is there any space for me there? And I was like, no, I'll leave it to be. And then the date neared, and I heard there had been some cancellation, and then we reached out, like I was pushed by some people, put it like that. I was like, why don't you come? I was like, okay, maybe I should come. And we reached out and asked, like, since you had cancellations, can I come as well? And that was fine. And do not regret it. It was such a wonderful day. We spent several hours spinning. And I had brought a knitting with me, just thinking like, oh, in case, it didn't really like flow as well, or I would need a break, or yeah, I didn't need a stitch. I was spinning, I was enjoying, I was picking up tricks and tips from every corner, because there was quite a few really experienced spinners, but there were also new spinners just like me. And yeah, if you have a chance sometime in the future to join a group of spinners, do. Doesn't matter how new you are, or like how little experienced you are, go and join, because even just by observing others spin, you learn so much. You pick up tricks, and it's just fabulous. So yeah, that was absolutely fantastic day. They also had 2 courses, or like not courses. They showed 2 different techniques of how to work fiber, how to prep fiber, and how to use a fiber in a new way. I don't know the correct term for it. I have not searched it, but it's kind of like a core twinning. No, not core twisting. It's like you have a core yarn, which you spin yarn around, and you get this really cool effect yarn, and it was fascinating to watch and learn about, because I didn't know that even existed, that kind of technique. I mean, of course there is, but I didn't know about it, because I haven't really looked into the spinning world as much before. And also there was one other lady who showed how to maybe take a braid and work it through this sort of a comb thing. I'm not sure. Is it a hackle it's called? Anyway, it was fascinating to learn different new things. I can definitely see in my future trying out both of these techniques, because I thought they were really fun, and the yarn you got was really fun. And then the other lady, she was like mixing quite a, how should I say it? Yeah, it was fun. She added some like glitter into her fiber, and it was just fun to see and learn something new, and seeing what kind of possibilities there are once you start spinning and playing with fiber in that way. So really fun. Absolutely recommend, if you have a possibility, like I said, to join a group of spinners, do not hesitate. just go for it. I mean, that event was one of the best events I've been to in a long time. I think it just gave me the feeling that, oh, I can do this. It's fun, and people are, as they usually tend to be in crafty environments, really generous and there to help you, to, help you develop your skills. Amazing, just amazing. I have only good things to say about that. I did end up winning and buying some yarn and fiber. Because everybody brought a gift, so everybody got a gift. Plus there were some extra gifts that were brought by 3 different vendors. But I won something that's new to me, that's unknown to me, which is this Hurum Hvit. And what it is a DK weight yarn from a farm which is called Grønsletta gård. Yeah, it says there, everything is there. Gårdsletta gård, Hurum Hvit. And as I said, it's a DK weight and it's a 2-ply. I can show you there. And I'm not sure if it's, I mean, it's hand dyed, that's for sure. I'm quite sure about that. But I'm not sure if this is acid dyes or if this is plant-based. This here makes me think maybe it's acid, but I've seen people do wonderful things with plant dyes and getting really strong and wonderful, all kind of colors, not only like greens and yellows and pinks, but like really bright colors. So anyway, special yarn. Really excited to try it. I haven't even heard of this before, so that's kind of like extra fun. So this one I won in a raffle. And then, yeah, I can show you this one. I bought some fiber. So I'm kind of in the acquisitions, but it's all gonna be blendy. I'm not dividing it different sections. So if this doesn't like interest you, just what's it called? Spool forward. I was gonna say, just hop forward. Anyway, I hope you like fiber and spinning as well, or at least fiber. I had been eyeing Stulenstrik's sales booth there. Like he had a table full of fiber in all kind of beautiful colors, and I ended up buying this one. It's quite accurate actually on the screen as it is. I mean, it looks more or less the same in real life as it looks on the screen. Maybe not as bright of a blue, but I would say that both the coral and the purple are like the lilac are quite correct. So this is Corriedale, 100 grams of fiber. I just felt like it looked like a koi fish. He also had this on a merino base, and that it looked even more like this sort of koi fish. Is it koi fish I'm thinking of? I think so. And crinkle. I also picked up from Ulvei this Pullworth, which is called, I think it's raspberry fromage, if I'm not remember. Yeah, raspberry fromage. So it's Pullworth blended with some blips of viscose neps. Yeah, something viscose is those. I guess that's those blips in there. And I got 2 of this. One I bought, one was given to me by a very generous person. Thank you so much. So this I'm looking forward to spinning. And I also, of course, since we're on on the topic of glitter, I bought a bag of glitter. And this kind of, I decided for this one after seeing this one lady showing that technique where she was blending the fibers, and they just look so fun. And I thought like, oh, I want to try that in the future, and I have to make sure I have some glitter to add to the fibers that I have. And I also just had to have this one. There was almost a cat fight over this one. There were several people like, are you sure you want to have this fiber? I'm like, yeah. Are you sure? Are you totally sure? I love this as well. And I'm like, no, I have to have this. These are not colors I can put up to my face. They're not really good to my complex. Complex? It's not good for my face. But I'm thinking as a contrast color in something, it would be so beautiful. And I must say, the colors are almost as vibrant. Well, and they are as vibrant as they look on the screen. It's beautiful. I think this is also a Corridale, if I'm not. No, it's Punta Arenas. So not Corridale. There it is. And I think this was a special. Focus on. This was a special colorway for Strikkekraft, which was the knitting market in just outside of Bergen, the west of Norway. I mean, I couldn't go away from this one. I had to have it. So yeah, I'm gonna work through my Pullworth, and then I'm gonna be enjoying these fibers so immensely. I'm quite sure about that because they're just absolutely divinely beautiful. And also, I must say, I was gifted another fiber, but this was gifted to me for a giveaway. So this is it. It's also Ulveig. Oh, focus. It is Pullworth, 100 grams. I don't think it's a color name on this one. And I'm thinking we are going into the month of Christmas preparations, and suddenly it's gonna be Christmas before you know the word of it. And I am gonna draw 2 people from the comments as for the winners of this colorway with this fiber, because I have another one. Let me just reach for it. I should have been prepared and have it closer, but I have 2 of them, and I'm thinking I wanna treat 2 of you, of my viewers. Princess Leia. That was not planned. Don't ask me where that came from. Anyway, if you comment down below and if you add the word fiber, then I'll know that you're interested in receiving fiber. Because I'm sure not everybody is a spinner, not everybody wants fiber. I know the fiber can be used in different crafts and stuff. So if you're interested in receiving fiber, and if you're interested in these in particular, comment and add the word fiber, and then I'll draw it in my next episode. And what I'm gonna do now is, since we're talking about giveaways and winners, and oh, I have made a mess. Where have I put two? I'll take this one there. Sorry for reaching behind the camera. I told you last time I would pull a winner for this little pouch, which is Strikkemamma, which is an indicator that if you have this one with you and you have this side up and in a cafe or whatever setting you're in, that you're open for a chit chat, so that people can come over to you and say hello. I would love to knit with you. And I did draw a winner, and I will post the video. Congratulations and celebrations. Oh, I have to stop doing this. I'm sorry. The winner is somebody actually I have met before, and I know quite well now. And that's Teresa. So Teresa, send me your information and I will be sending you that little pouch as soon as I hear from you. So from one giveaway to the other, the possibility of winning and the winner. Yeah, I'm thinking I will mention 2 more acquisitions, as they are something new to me that I have not tried before. And then I'll mention my embroidery bit, and then let me see, have a little bit of life, but not a huge lot. First of all, I have a yarn that I would love to mention. It's called Natural Super Kid Tweed by Lana Grossa. And it is this kid silk with tweedy blips in them. And I'm thinking that this is probably gonna be a hat or something along those lines. It's the colorway 618. Have not tried this before. It's 60% mohair, 30% silk, and 7% cotton and 3% polyester. It feels quite soft. I think if you're very sensitive, maybe this might be a bit prickly. I'm not sure. I think it's quite soft. But I don't react too much to mohairs, I must say, so I'm not a good parameter to go after kind of thing. But yeah, I thought it was kind of pretty. I wanted to try it out. I had not seen it before in my local shop, so grab one of those. And on the topic of tweeds, I just happened to order also a tweed Myland White, which is actually also Lana Grossa now, I see. So Germany is represented today. This is a sock weight yarn. It's 100 grams to 420 meters. It's 80% virgin wool and 20% polyamide. And the colorway is 128. This is really, it's actually quite accurate. This beautiful, beautiful dark blue with like off-white and chocolatey brown speckles in them. So this is most probably gonna be a pair of socks. I think it would make beautiful socks. I could definitely put it up to my face somehow as well, but I actually wanna make socks out of this one. Looks more almost like royal blue when I'm holding it closer to the light, but it is more of a muted blue, like just a navy blue, I would say. Really, really pretty. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna mention my embroidery now, my plans for the future. In Norway, at least, I'm not sure if it's the same otherwise in crafty world, but in Norway it has been really popular with embroidered small pouches, and they are clutches, and they are from a Danish company called Baldyra. So a little while back I bought this one with the plans and hopes of plans, yeah, to embroider this. And I have done quite a bit of cross stitch before, so I think it's gonna be fine to work this. And it is a really lovely kit. You get the lining inside, you get the zipper, and you got, I think this is what you're supposed to attach to the zipper, and yeah, the threads, everything in there. So you get everything in there. So this one has been kind of getting ready to be started on. And then a little while back I went into a shop, and then I had this one there. And if you have been here before, then you would definitely know that I love flowers. And these colors are just like so me. I love this sort of a pinky and reddish, and yeah, even the blue is something I do enjoy from time to time. So definitely. And I love also the zipper color on it. I've understood that you get different colors on the zippers and lining, so you never know kind of what you get. I don't, as I've understood, I might be wrong. Yeah, it looks like there is some, see, like orange color in there. And some pink, orange, pink, or yeah, neutral sort of color. Anyway, so this is my future plan, this and the other one. I will be embroidering these. And they have super many, they have quite a few really beautiful kits for the clutches in different colors, different styles, more graphic. You have some, there's one that has little doggies in them, like dachshunds or something like that. And yeah, a lot of really cute designs. And they also have pillow designs, I think it is. Yeah, check it out. Not sponsored by any means. I bought it myself full price. Just could not help myself and I had to have it, right? So yeah, actually, this is nearing the end of this episode. I know I've been all over the place, and I know I tend to go on a tangent when I am passionate about a project, and I apologize. And at the same time, I don't, because it's just the way I am, and I can't help it. I just get carried away. I just want to share love and the joy, you know. I have some plans for the future. One of them, just very shortly, is actually knitting a hat out of this and that. And this and that is this Oslo Micro Spinneries. I think it's Oslo Gull. And this is a long yarn mohair 21, which I have spoken about before. Yeah, this is what I knit this shawl out of, if you remember exactly this combination. A friend of mine, she has knitted a sweater and she had leftovers, and it's like, you're good at utilizing like the small ends into something like here. So she gifted me, and I think it's just around 50 grams, so it should be enough for a hat. And I'm considering maybe making another hoarfrost hat. Not 100% sure, but maybe. So that is a future plan. And also I have plans on making lomme sweater by Sari Nordlund. And the colors and the yarn that I'm thinking about using are Flötelopi. It's sort of this burgundy red color and a light gray color. But I'm thinking that maybe I will save this till the new year. And now I'm thinking maybe I will start a knit along. This is a lomme pullover by Sari Nordlund. Maybe I'll do that. Is there any interest in knitting this? And if yes, comment down below. And I'm thinking that I will do this at the beginning of the year. So January 2026 is gonna be the beginning of that knit along in that case. Let me know if you're interested. If you are, I think that's what it's gonna be. And I also have another special plan, which is a Christmas related. It's Skandinavisk julekofte, which is Scandinavian Christmas cardigan. I should really be like posting a picture here so you can see the colors on it. And I have already found the colors. This is like green that leans into blue, so it's cool. A green that actually suits me. And this is gonna be, yeah, and you see on the picture, and then you see that the green is kind of like not the main color, but I feel it dominates the sweater quite, or like not the sweater, the cardigan quite a lot, and I quite like it. So not sure when that's gonna come on the needles, but that is something I have really enjoyed planning now these couple last weeks, and I've been going to different shops to find the right green, to see if I could find a green that suits me, because I find that a lot of the woolly wool yarns that I have nearby, and I have quite a good choice, they tend to be more on the warm side, so not a lot of it suits me, unfortunately. This one here is, yeah, I didn't mention that. This is from, if you need a cold green, this is Ask by Hillesvåg. And it is called mørk blålig grønn, as in like dark bluish green. So this I'm looking so forward to casting on. But yeah, I'm thinking like lomme sweater. That could be a knit along. So yeah, comment below if that's of interest. And tomorrow I will be leaving for a weekend of lots of knitting, meeting up a lot of knitting people, which I'm really looking forward to. I've been looking forward to this for several weeks now, since I found out that it kind of worked out, that I could join. Really, really happy for that. I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of new people, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people I do not know. I know of a couple that I do know. So it's always safe, I mean in quotes, to go to new places when you know people. Okay, it sounds bad when I say it like that, but knowing myself, and I think I mentioned before, is that if I have a lot of people I do not know, I tend to get kind of quiet and pull back. But you know, once I get acquainted with you, I can be quite chatty, and maybe too chatty. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It's gonna be so fun. And also like knitting related things. Next year in April, I will be actually going to Strikkekjør Sør. So I'm just letting you know now. I'm coming south. I'm coming to say hello to people over there. And if you're gonna be joining there, then come and say hi. That would be lovely. So yeah, I have quite a few like great plans, and in that regard these days. My mind just went blank. Not black, blank. I'm doing fine. Nothing has gone black. I just feel like I want to share so much more, and I don't know what that should be. And I guess I should really be hanging up. I mean, like, finish this video by thanking you for tagging along all this episode. I know I've been all over the place. Not super structured today. Sometimes a little too eager on things. So yeah, thank you for being here with me. Remember to comment down below, add the word fiber if you're interested in fiber, and also let me know would you be interested in a knit along, as I mentioned. And definitely not gonna be before 1st of January 2026, as we'll probably most of us are quite busy knitting Christmas gifts these days. So yeah, let's leave it at that. Let's wrap it up. Thank you for watching. Wish you a wonderful season of knitting, whatever your season may be this time of the year, and I'll see you next time. Bye.